Hello and welcome to the start of episode 1 of my Youth Academy team series with Bury FC. If you haven't watched the introduction episode, then the link should be in this top right corner of your screen now, where I will tell you the rules of the series, and at the end of that episode I'll show you all the players I have so far. As you can see, David Nugent is giving a press conference in the background, who is the manager of this series. I'll be doing things a little bit different, as I'll be showing you the main highlights of every game. As I recorded this footage already for this episode, I was speaking over the top. I will try to aim to have each episode a month of fixtures, so this episode will be the August fixtures, and the next episode will be the September fixtures, and so on. So we begin our game, first game against Morecambe. Our lineup being 4-3-3. So this is it, our first game, the game that we've been waiting for. First game of the season. Many of all players taking their first steps into competitive football. So many memories happening and hoping to make it to the top flight of English football. Hopefully with Bury, maybe with another team, who knows. So we start off with the game, some good passes, however, crossing ain't that great and the finishing isn't that great either. Something to work on. However, we get the ball back and again making some good passes, however the crossing isn't that great. 15 minutes later, into the game, sloppy defending, and Morecambe gets the goal, and the keeper does a little bit good job for getting the ball, but unfortunately it just fell to the attacker again, and he doesn't keep it out. In the second half, we did quite well. Again, like the first half, we're doing really well to passing the ball, and Potts gets it into and scores. He scores the first goal in the ground for Bury. Not the first goal because Morecambe scored, but it's great. We're off to a kind of good start, as in drawing the match. Fans are getting excited to see the first goal. And some great passing. Hopefully Matty Potts will be doing well, considering he's great. However, again, sloppy defending going on, and they got the win. Look at the player just shushing the fans in the screen. Not what we want to see. Fans are not excited, and that was the game. Full time. Wish we could have got a draw, at least a win, but things happen and we have to move on. We're moving on to our second game now, and that will be against Stevenage away. Looking at our new away kit for this series. So again, right at the beginning of the match, Stevenage got a free kick, Hill getting a yellow card, and not a great start to the match. Not what we want to see. Whether it's not a foul, we don't know, but it's very early on in the game. So Stevenage gets their free kick, and again, poor defending, gives them the ball, and probably the goalkeeper should have got that, to be honest. And Stevenage winning 1-0. As you can see, no one was marking him, and again, the goalkeeper should have saved that, to be honest. So we're in the second half now, and again, like I say, sloppy defending, couldn't chase the guy, the right back, and the goalkeeper couldn't stop it with his feet, and it goes in. Stevenage are winning 2-0, and that was pretty much game over. I really don't think we wouldn't have got back from this 2-0 defeat, and it wasn't that great. Maybe again, Maloney could have done better going through the legs. David Nugent not happy, and it was full time in the end. So 2 games lost. Hopefully we could do well in our 3rd game against Hull City in the Carabao Cup. Let's see what would happen in this game. So corner kick happened, and again sloppy defending. Hull 1-0 up, and not the greatest starts again. As you can see, ball in and a slight header into the back of the net, and not that great. So there was some, after the 15 minutes later, there was some great passing going on. Hull could not even get the ball, and it was all going so well, but it was the finish that couldn't get it. And then just minutes later, after this game, this part, and Hull decided to be 2-0 up. And to make matters worse, defending was terrible. Ball over the top, pass in, and they get their 3rd goal. Not great. Game over before half time, and this wasn't that great. Full time in the end was 4-0. I wasn't going to show you the last goal because this is terrible. Nugent saying we're not ready for this stage, and wishing we got a different opposition in the Carabao Cup. So we had an offer for Mason Shaw, and Wickham got a 85,000 transfer fee that we asked for. So we've got a game against Macclesfield, and this game should be brilliant considering Macclesfield form, to be honest. So again, got some great passing going on, and we have a 2nd goal of the campaign, and it's Matty Potts again scoring the goal. But again, great passing, and that's what Bury should be doing, is some great connection with the ball. And Hill was doing really well with the passing, and it's in the back of the net. That's 2 attempts for him and 1 goal, and looking to be a great hero for Bury. And that was the end of the game, full time, and we move on to our 4th game of the month, and the Shaw just got sold for Wickham, having 45,000 in the bank. So we promoted George Watson from the Youth Academy, and we also promoted Lucas McDonald as well. So our fifth game or 4th game away against Oldham, McDonald starting his first game of the season. So this is the Oldham game. They're 3rd at the moment, and we're 16th, only winning 1 game out of 3. Rival game, as we can imagine, it's going to be great to watch. But to be honest, there wasn't that much in the game, and it was 0-0 throughout the whole of the game until this happened at the last kick of the game. Oldham won 1-0, and that was the game, to be honest. There's no way we can get back to it, and a defeat in our first derby against Oldham Athletic. So we move on to our next game against AFC Wimbledon. We're at home, and the team is looking a bit too thingy, but we're going to give Watson a game, and let's see how he can develop. So again, our crossing ability is getting really good, and I think it was a stroke of luck that Matty Potts gets the ball and puts it in the back of the net. And I would say that the cross was quite bad, to be honest, but it was luckily that Matty Potts puts it in the back of the net, and that was Matty's third goal of the campaign. So the match ended 1-0 in the end. A great win. Should have more goals, but we'll move on to the Plymouth game, and this will be our final game of the episode. So first half wasn't that great. Second half we ended up putting on Pearson, changing the formation to a 4-4-2, and this play again, what Bury have been doing quite well for the last few games is just been passing the ball and getting the ball when the opposition can't get it, but again the finishing should be much better than what it hopes. However, last kick of the game, and this happened. Absolutely appalling. The defending is absolutely terrible, and it's just room for improvement, to be honest. And it's just, I don't know what to say. Terrible defending. David Nugent not happy with his players, and that was the full time for Plymouth. So our last monthly scout update, we had this guy called Shane Reed, which looks to be a good player. However, we couldn't bring any more players in as we didn't have the funds, and we had to reject the whole lot, which was a shame. There was an injury to Declan Price. He's out for 2 months. We couldn't get any more scouting as we had a limited amount of money left. As you can see, not much to go with. I could bring in loan players, however it was being proven difficult to get, and they kept on rejecting the loans. The only way is to probably sell players to see if we have enough money to bring in the players from the youth academy system. We have to wait and see in January. So at the end of the month, we are 17th. We played 6 games, won 2, drawed 0, and lost 4, which isn't too bad. I thought it would be terrible, but there we go. So I'll leave you the players like I did with the last episode. This is Philly signing off. Have a good day, stay safe, and goodbye.